PlayStation.
All right, no table is safe outside of Highmark Stadium because this crowd is loud and this crowd is ready for a ball game. We're just outside of Buffalo in Orchard Park, New York. Weather's starting to get a bit colder, but playoff hopes burning bright as ever for most of our teams as we get underway here in Week 12. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Middle.
Allen comes out throwing. Going deep right away. Well, they took their shot immediately. Would have been cool if they connected. Second down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Back to the air, Allen. He completes it in traffic. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
They kick the running back in motion. Allen on third down. He finds Kincaid. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Bills first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. The first carry now for Kyron Williams. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Middle. All 52. Look out.
2nd and 8. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play.
take over first and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for first and 10. Trying the right side. They're working a couple of yards past the line. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. They give it to him again. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard. Design bootleg here. Flushed out of the pocket. Able to hit Mason, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
On first down, they'll run. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Let's go, let's go. Whoa.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That's incomplete left side.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
On third down, Herbert throwing all the way to the end zone here. Intercepted, but oh, wait, officials say. Wasn't in bounds. The offense can let out a little sigh of relief. So on fourth down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. Ball in the left hash, the distance 53 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that will get them on the board.
The wind was at a sails, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot. Struggling
to center it. Oh, it's loose. Oh, no, and it bounces out of their own end zone. That's going to be a safety.
You know, those defensive guys, they will tell you that the sideline's their best friend, right? A lot of these routes are trying to push the receivers and move the real estate. Well, sometimes the sidelines could be an offensive player's best friend when that ball bounces harmlessly out of bounds.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
On second down, a run with Williams. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
Off 52.
Third and long for him here. He puts some power on a deep one left. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Chargers get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And they make the stop, but a lot closer to the end zone now. He got it to the 11. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Pearsall there to grab it. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers parlay the interception into points. Ricky Pearsall with the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers go up 10-zip here in the 1st. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
On 2nd down, it's Williams again. Up the sideline, past the 45. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense.
We're back for the 2nd quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Azeez Ojulari getting there for the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10 now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking for Keon Coleman on that throw. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. This one's headed for the sideline and out. We'll get the mark. They say it's at the 9 where it crossed. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hey, Kappa. Ready.
Play action now for Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
They call play action. Would have been better to actually give it to him on a carry right there, Kate. The front was fooled for about a split second, if that. And that play call ended up working in their favor as it leads to a sack.
It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Ed Oliver there to make the stop.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Ready.
To the air, 3rd and long. Gets this to Johnson. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes, they so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
So on fourth down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. Collects this at the 32. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That one scored as a massive 67-yard effort. And the Bills will take over possession. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Tight. What's that?
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. That's taken in by Samuel. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Five wide.
7-yard line.
Give to Williams from the gun. And they had that one contained right at the line. Tuli Tuipulotu in for the tackle. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I know these D-ends love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Look out!
Now a give running right. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too, creating the space for a solid pickup.
Third and a lone yard coming up.
Look out!
And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that first down. Well done.
Half 10. Sunday. What's that?
Throwing now on first down, Allen. Complete to Coleman. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They'll come up first and 10.
Look out!
Working from the gun, it's Allen. It's the 2-minute warning now from Highmark. And it's the Bills facing 2nd and 10.
Gun! Get that!
Now Allen. Cut at the 10-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
What's that?
1st and goal, here's Williams. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 7 on the play, and now they have 2nd and goal.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Second and goal now, 5 yards more difficult following that penalty. Motioning him from the slot right. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. Stopped for no gain, and it leaves them 6 yards out on 3rd and goal. Here is Williams. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. The Bills will turn to their kicker, Tyler Bass, for the field goal try. Very short kick here from the right hash. Amendola able to put it through. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Bass now to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
5-9, 5-9. 5-9, 5-9. Set.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Another carry for him. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
They're set up at the 35 now. Going to the ground again on 1st. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Hey, OP.
That throw behind his intended target. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Herbert from the gun. He has the 1st over the middle. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to run this down to the 36-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Back-to-back carries here. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. And the QB keeps it on the sneak. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
You run that sneak there because you know you can rely. Trust with a capital T on the big fellas to do just enough. Get just enough push in the middle so that QB can fall forward. And as we just saw, it's really hard to stop.
59, 59. Set.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
He finds Johnson. This is ahead for about 5. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6.
59, 59. Set.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. And that's a Los Angeles touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. From his own end zone, here we go. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Allen setting up play action. Finds a seam down the middle. Breaks free in the center of the field. And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills start the second half with some needed points. Keon Coleman, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Set. Go.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
What an injection of momentum for the offense on that play. With the energy boost in a much shorter field, I predict it's not going to be long, Kate, till they finish this series off.
21. Let's go. Hey, ram. Hey.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Oh, he nearly reeled that in, as close as you can get, but just an exciting...
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Set.
2nd and 10 now, Herbert. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Set. Baylor Tiger. Ready.
Mason can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3. So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, go Lion left.
Another chance for him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
So now, here's 3rd and goal.
Set.
That one's out and cut on the right side. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Touchdown.
Dicker on now for the PAT.
Cameron Dicker for the extra point.
Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers double their lead to 14.
Bills 10.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Alert, alert, alert. What's that?
It's Allen out of the pistol. That's complete to Coleman on the slant. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Chargers will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Set. Home troops right. Baylor Tiger. Baylor Tiger. Hey, go Lion, 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 Lion. What is it?
To throw, Herbert. Gets this to McConkey. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
They'll try and punch it in. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. He couldn't get anything there, and now it's 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Set.
Another chance at it on 2nd and goal, still from the 5.
Go.
He gets another shot here. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. One down left before a big decision to make. Do you continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
Buying some time right. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Browns kick is up and good. And that makes this a 3-score game.
I think you could call this one now, Kate. His field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
What's that?
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That's complete, Mike Evans. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Bills first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Allen now on first down. He's going to loft one deep to the left. He's got it inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills get it back to within 2 possessions. Mike Evans with the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one right down the middle. And the Bills cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. On the return, here comes Davis. He stopped on the return at the 27.
Davis on the return. The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Set. 380. Straight out. Let's go, let's go. Set.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He throws a bullet. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. That's Cole Bishop. And the Bills have some new life in the fourth.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Out. Look out.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. Got Evans, it's complete. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Bills first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
From the gun, a carry by Williams. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
What's that?
Back to throw now, Allen. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Look out!
Allen on third down. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off Cam Hart. Finds a seam, left side. He's off to the races. And the Chargers are going to have it after his second interception of the season. You're set up at the 35 now.
Set. Hey, Ray. Baylor Tiger. 12. Ready.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Matt Milano in to pick it off. And they get a touchdown. Defense scores and gives them some small hope here. Well, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock, to have somebody in position for pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted again. That is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the fourth. They'll line up for the onside kick here. Gotta find a way to get it back. Just a little over a minute and a half remaining. And no problem for the Chargers. They cover it up. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. Needed to try it. We all get it, but didn't work. Still now have those 3 timeouts to fall back on.
They did need to try it, but I think there is a school of thought of, hey, also kick it deep with those 3 timeouts. So now your defense can't give up a yard. Right now, you've really burdened your defense to get a quick stop, and make sure they do not give up any yardage to this opposing offense.
Let's go defense. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
He'll look to throw it. Finds McConkey. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. They have themselves another 1st and 10. The give now out of the shotgun. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Hey, we'll go orange.
They give it to him again. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
Hey, ram. Go.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. So the Chargers take this one on the road. And even fighting that dreaded body clock with a West Coast trip, they played their game. They're taking this victory back east with them. So for Brock Ewer, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a win for the Chargers as we say so long from Buffalo.
You talking about?